So I've actually waited a little bit of time. I waited a couple days to actually drop my video on this topic. I've seen a couple of other channels drop videos. I've seen a couple of other channels talk about a couple of different things, but my viewpoint is just different. It's just different. I don't know if it's the answer. I don't know if I have the answers. I don't know if Nike really understands or if they do, but I definitely think it's something that we need to talk about. I mean, let's do it. Look. You are. You are. What's good, HHSB crew? It is your boy, the Hypehead Sneaker Beast, and I'm back with another video for you guys today. So, as you guys know, Complex put out an article in regards to Nike sneakers, and basically sneakers just owning up to it, man. Just owning up to the fact that they know that things have not been going well for the average user. And I think that it's a really good thing. I'm glad that they actually opened up this topic and put it out to the public for us to kind of see what goes on behind closed doors. If you guys are ready to get into this video, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel right now for more content just like this. If you guys are interested in weekly sneaker content, weekly news, unboxings, things of that nature, you guys need to make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel right now. Drop a like and leave a comment letting me know how I'm doing. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video. If you guys are unfamiliar with what Snkrs app is, Snkrs app is the online interface that Nike uses to sell most of its hype sneakers. So if you guys are interested in things like Travis Scott's, Off-White, or any of the other collaborations that Nike does with some of these major street brands or anything like that, you're definitely gonna be wanting to cop those pairs on the Nike Snkrs app. Now, Nike Snkrs app has been the talk of any sneakers lover for the entire year of 2021. As we know previously, sneakers were actually a lot easier to cop on the app. Now, Nike actually addresses this in this interview with Complex, where they're saying that the numbers used to be a lot lower back in 2019 and in 2020. As we know, COVID took place, a lot of people were home and a lot of people were working from home, which gave them a lot more time to focus their energy on different things, mainly sneakers. So a lot of people in the year 2021 have definitely been putting more interest in sneakers and potentially trying to become resellers, or even if they're not trying to become resellers, they are definitely more intrigued by the idea of purchasing sneakers because they have more time and they possibly have more money due to government stimuluses and things of that nature. In the grand scheme, the Nike Snkrs app has been extremely successful for Nike. Every shoe sells out. It doesn't matter what it is. Every shoe is gone within usually 10 minutes. If you guys are unaware, there used to be a different model or a couple of different models for you to actually be able to purchase your shoes, whether it's a sneakers pass, a sneakers stash, even first come first serve, or where you wait in the line and you actually know if you get that sneaker within 5 minutes or so. But then there's also the draw. The draw actually has been much more prevalent. It's where you have about 10 minutes to enter on as many accounts as you can. Now, as we know, botting has been absolutely terrible. I mean, it has been absolutely terrible, which is where I said earlier in the video, in the beginning, where my thoughts are just a little bit different. I have the ability to enter thousands, if not millions of entries for a lot of these sneakers. Now, I'm on the other side of the fence on thinking that bots are one of the main reasons. Now, I used to really kind of get on it and really just say, you know, it's the bots' fault, it's the bots' fault, it's the bots' fault. But as a company, Snkrs understands that this is an issue. So I can't really put it on the bots. And then again, we say scarcity is an issue, or lack of stock is an issue. I don't really think that's an issue either. I think that the main issue is that Nike understands that all of these obstacles are in front of the normal user, the average user, the person with one phone, and they still have not changed the model. The model allows for bots and people with 100 friends or anything like that to really hone in and create this huge jam up where everyone else who actually only has one phone is not able to enter. Essentially, they've created a bottleneck because they've only released hype sneakers on this app. So if you guys understand, I mean, let's just put it into different terms. Let's just say everyone has to get to one specific place. Let's just call it McDonald's. I hate McDonald's, but it's the only thing I can think of. So let's just say everyone has to get to McDonald's. The only way that anyone can eat is to get to McDonald's. And then let's just say, we say you can only use this road to get to McDonald's. How many people are not gonna eat? Because we only put it in this specific place. Now, I do have an idea. I do have a couple of ideas for ways that I think that this could be solved pretty easily. Idea number one is going to be to have a sneakers store, not a Nike store, not a Nike outlet, but a sneakers store where people can actually walk up and purchase the sneaker if you're a sneakers member, or if you have sneakers activity on your account, or if you've purchased X amount of sneakers in a year. I think that that person should be able to walk up and purchase any pair. Now, I know that they do, you know, like sneaker stashes and things like that, but I really don't think that it works as well because it's actually still just going through the Nike store. So I'm saying I think that we need to have all of the hype sneakers that are being purchased or are being made available at these sneakers locations where people can actually just go up, walk up and purchase them. Idea number two. Idea number two is going to be to make everything a shock drop. There should be no reason why we know what's coming out a month ahead of time. I think that for the average kick lover, if that person is really interested in any specific shoe, they typically follow that shoe for however long. I know guys that have been waiting on a lot of these different holiday releases. So they've actually been following that sneaker for quite some time. So those are the people who are going to be looking at all of the information for when this pair is going to release. Now, everyone knowing when this pair is going to release, it gives everyone time to set up. It gives a person with 100 different accounts or a bot the chance to set up and be ready to completely create a huge bottleneck on Snkrs app. So I think that we need to move to no calendar. I don't want to see anything. I just want to be surprised. I want to wake up and say, oh my gosh, it's Monday at 4:30 and then there's a pair that I could cop. Now, everyone knowing that sneakers drop at 9 a.m. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. Sneakers drop at 9 a.m. All I have to do is go back to that app every day and check the app and see what's dropping at 9 a.m. Could you imagine if a pair just dropped at a random 7:30 on a Thursday night? 7:30 on a Thursday night. It would make it so much easier for people who actually want to purchase the pair to get the pair because we have no idea when it's coming. I think that's a big issue, and I think that that is something that needs to be addressed. The exclusive access only for the off-white dunks, I think, was an incredible success. I know a lot of people have their gripes with it, but I think that it was one of the better models for making sure that the person or the people who deserve to purchase the pair actually got the pair. Now, I know a lot of guys say, oh man, I saw a person, you know, he hasn't been active in the app in a year and his phone got exclusive access. Maybe that is one of the more deserving people, you know, or I seen a person who said, oh, you know, it shouldn't have been a 10-minute window. If, you know, they think I'm a loyal customer, I should still be able to go in and purchase it. But you have to understand, Nike still is a business and they do want to sell out of their sneakers. So if you missed your window, you missed your window. At least they gave you an opportunity to purchase the pair. So in the article, Nike addresses the fact that they are aware that they are at risk of losing their most sneakers obsessed user. I think that's a lot. Honestly, I think that's a lot. I don't think that Nike is at risk of losing anyone. I don't care if you still purchase New Balances or Adidas, which is what Nike actually mentioned in the app, is that they're afraid of losing consumers to smaller brands. Now, we all know that those brands exist, but we all know who the major mega player is, and it's Nike. So I don't believe that Nike really believes that they are at risk of losing any of their dedicated consumers, their sneaker obsessed consumers, because we all know where to come when we want hype pairs, and that is going to be Nike sneakers. They also mentioned the fact that high heat and high hype is actually killing the culture. I do not believe that. I don't believe that high heat and high hype is killing the culture. I think it's actually making it much more exciting. I think that a lot of people who would maybe not even be interested in sneakers are actually interested in sneakers now because their favorite basketball player, their favorite artist, their favorite street brand has a sneaker that they can purchase. And I think that that's actually good for the culture. What's bad for the culture is the fact that everybody knows. And I think that that's kind of an issue. It's like one of those, we know about Fight Club, but don't talk about Fight Club. I think that we should know about sneakers, but it should be a surprise. Everything should be a shock drop. Everything should be just random. That way, if you just so happen to be in the app, you get a chance to purchase them. Not, a person who knows what the sneaker release is 2 months from now or 3 months from now, and they're able to just get ready for this day. I think that's an absolute tragedy, and I think that is the hugest issue in this whole thing. Nike actually mentions fairness in this article, and they say that their numbers are around 20%, where the fairness should be around 80%. I think that it also is resolved in just kind of putting things out randomly and not really telling anyone when it's coming out. I think that that solves your entire issue, because it's only not fair because you have a couple 100,000 extra people in the app. That was something that they said earlier, was actually that they were usually expecting about 250,000 people in app on drop day. Now they're seeing 750,000 users in app on drop day. That is insane. That's insane. That's a crazy amount of people. And I think that they're actually falsely counting those numbers also because a lot of those users are bots. So how can we say that there's that many more people in? We don't know if it's that many more people because they actually could be bots. So I think that needs to be a better way to tell who is human. And it's just as simple as, hey, when we log in, let's hold up a gesture. Let's do something like this, just so we know when we log in, we're actually looking at a person and you're not just asking for that data that we, request, a phone number verification or an email or something like that, because we all know that those things can easily be fake. Now, I think that, I know that all of this is just my opinion. And I think that Nike is actually moving towards probably making things less limited. But you have to ask yourself this question. If these shoes were not as limited as they are, would you still want them? And I know personally, which is why, my whole channel is based on hype head sneaker beast, because, not really understanding if I, am a hype beast or if I'm a sneakerhead. But I think that a lot of people really do have a genuine love for kicks. And there's some pairs that I just genuinely have a love for. Like, I had them when I was a kid, or was a pair that I always wanted that I never got a chance to purchase. But a lot of times, I'm really just interested in it because I want to have it because I know that no one else can get it. You know what I mean? Or if I have it, I'm one of the few who can get it or who has it. Like the Off-White Dunks. It was awesome to be a part of a club of people who got this pair that didn't get it. The, Travis Scott Fragment Lows. Everyone wants that pair, and it feels so much better to actually have that pair and know that not a lot of people have it. I'm just being honest with you. I'm being 100%. It feels better to know that you're almost like a selected or chosen one to own pairs that other people don't have. So I think that this idea of redefining scarcity and putting more pairs out just dilutes that. And also, we have to start thinking about quality. I know you guys are already talking about some of the leather quality that we're seeing on some of these pairs. It's, it's not getting better. There are some pairs like the hype pairs, the Travis Scotts or the Off-Whites, where those, that quality is just so much better. But if you start just pumping out shoes, you guys have to know that this quality is going to drop, and it's going to drop pretty bad. if we move on to even another topic, which it's gonna be a different topic. I actually have another video that I'm gonna be shooting on this topic, is the resale market. You know, the resale market is a good thing and a bad thing. You know, we all know that shoes really don't sell out. They just kind of sit in the warehouse. But then we also know that, hey man, if I don't cop this pair on drop day, there's still an opportunity or a chance for me to be able to purchase this sneaker. And you know, it's just up to you on how bad you want it. You do not have to pay that price. Let's say it again. You do not have to pay resale if you don't want to. But if you can and you can afford it, then do it. I know a lot of guys who just pay resale and that's just it. They just kind of understand that that's what they have to do. But it's opening the door for those guys who really just want the pair. They don't care if it's real. They don't care. And they'll go ahead and they'll purchase reps. And you know, this was a conversation that we actually had in the BR Kicks community where we talked about, you know, should you purchase reps? And you know, to each his own. I always say, whatever you want is what you want. Whatever you do is what you do. I do not, you know, I'm not on the side of purchasing reps because I absolutely love knowing that I have the authentic pair in the way that it was intended to be purchased. That's me. But it's opening the door for guys who are just don't care, who just want to look like they have that pair, or who want to flex, you know, things like that. You know, and you know, if you know, you know, kick lovers will know when they see the pair if they're fake, but it's not my job. It's not my, you know, who am I to, you know, point out a fake pair that are on your feet? I'm not that guy. I'll never do that. But it's definitely opening the door for this rep game to just kind of really blow up and, you know, people just really not care. And that, unfortunately, that is still a part of, you know, the sneaker culture and sneaker buying is, you know, reps have been around for years and people have been, you know, buying fake shoes and fake clothes for years. So it's not gonna go anywhere. But I think that, you know, this overwhelming feeling of I can't get the pair just really pushes people in that direction. But I mean, you know, that's me just ranting. That's me just ranting. But if we really just open up and step back and look at it, it's really good that Snkrs is actually having this conversation. And they're having it openly. I think it's a conversation that we definitely need to have. And we definitely would like to see some changes. Not necessarily sure if these changes are gonna come swiftly or if they're gonna come in a way that we all can agree on. But hey, it's good to know that Nike is doing something about it. But until next time, it is your boy, the Hype Head Sneaker Beast. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel for weekly sneaker content and updates just like this. Until next time, it is your boy. I'm gone.